Feature story about participants, athletes, coaches, fans, or those involved or interested in a sport or sporting event. The spirit of this category is to honor stories about the emotional human side of sports, as opposed to direct coverage of a specific competition, or packages of highlights or post-game sound bites. So it's not, you don't want to watch stories about the game wrap, with coaches, highlights, sound bites, or whatever. However, just because there may be a setting in a sports element doesn't mean it's a sports feature. For instance, we had a story that won a couple of years ago about magpies that attacked. You know what a magpie is? These awful crows, right? These magpies attacked golfers on a golf course, and we just didn't. And that won, or that placed, and we're like, that's not really the spirit of a sports feature.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. Yep. So we debated about this for a long time to hopefully have people understand what the intent of this category is. So I think you'll know when you see it if it's not intended. But
that'd be like that story yesterday that was shot in the stadium being a sports story.
Right.
Which one? The
memorial
funeral.
Yeah, and we saw one today that was where they changed the stadium or something. That would be a sports feature, right?
The kids, where the kids stadium was broken, so they went and played.
Yeah, I mean that's probably a sports feature.
All right, let's see what we got.
All right, so let's go. The first one wait, let me get to the tab here.
Field of Green Dreams.
Field of Green Dreams. What's the that's 45, right? Okay. Maybe we'll do team after this. Maybe we'll do team after this because there's only 5.
I don't know if Dan Brommel won anything yet because I can't remember, but all I know is I always like his stuff or her stuff. Dan, I guess.
And that's one we've already seen before too.
Yeah, that's the Moses goal. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Field of Green Dreams. This is the first one. Field of Green Dreams. So.
Hang on just a sec.
You have to get up really early.
I need just a bit of a heads up here. Hang on. I got to get my organization here.
It's a pretty opening shot, so you don't want to miss it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easy to miss these because of...
All right. I'm going on mute, everyone.
Okay. Yeah, everybody mute if you can. Just thumbs up when you're ready. Dan or Brad, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
You have to get up really early in the morning for this view. And not just because it's sunrise. 4 hours in the car from Denver to get to this place in southeast Colorado. 4 hours and a few minutes more, and you're in a different state.
That's New Mexico, the top of those mesas, those cliffs that you see with the little snow line.
The scenery here reveals just about every color.
You can't really tell where the field stops and the pasture starts.
Except maybe one.
This is way greener than it is during the season by any stretch of the imagination.
Brad Doherty is outstanding in his field.
I love the game. I've never played a down of football in my life.
Let me try that again. Brad Doherty is outstanding in his field.
Right now we are standing on the Branson Bearcat football pasture field.
Yeah, high school kids play tackle football on this.
Yeah, it's a field in the natural sense of the word.
But Brad loves this rundown field, and not just because he's athletic director at the Branson School. Step inside, and you'll see why it's so important to him.
The town of Branson has 49 residents.
He's one of them.
I didn't even know Branson, Colorado existed until I met my husband, Brad.
His wife, Jody, Mrs. Doherty, the science teacher.
Ooh, a nice cold one. All right.
She makes 2. That's hardly where the family reunion ends.
John Doherty, and he's in the class of 1944, and his sweetheart, my grandma, was Joanne Horner. My dad, Ben Doherty, I've got aunts and uncles on that side of the road. I have a sister in that picture and a sister in that picture. And then right above your head is my senior picture, class of 1994, when I had hair.
That just gets us back to this generation.
And then my oldest son, and sometimes at school he'll call me Miss Mom.
She's talking about Brody,
Okay.
the oldest of the 3 Doherty boys and the school's starting quarterback.
It's not like growing up anywhere else and you're exposed to so many different things than like you would in a big city.
You know how big cities have lush green football fields?
I'm ready to move on.
Not here.
But when you do go other places that have grass, your cleats get a little bit of a shoe shine.
The 6-man football.
Did y'all want to stop it?
You want to keep going on this?
Can you just scroll through it? Can you just
Yeah.
scroll through it just so we can see pictures as we go through instead of watching it because it's so slow? Is that okay with you guys? Just so I can see if
Football
there's
team
any
that
Not
Absolutely.
going to win to me.
standout.
Beautiful. Nice.
Do we have a
It's
way to
like
play
no-
double time?
No sports going on here.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the sports, but oh,
No
Holy
longer
moly,
doing
this is
oh,
coach told him
I mean, I want to hear a little bit of sports on an empty field or something.
spoke up and expressed.
Something creative. I like he used a reflector there, though. Seems like something. Maybe the
Yeah.
car.
Or
Maybe
a
your
nice
white vehicle.
light. Oh, so they got it renovated.
they built the whole
Pythagorean
new field.
theorem, so the kids out.
It's a lot of work and everything, but there's just no sports going on.
Too much lead time into the money.
Yeah, yeah. It took a long time to get to this story. Beautiful job.
Yep.
Math class because you're going to use it
Time to
someday.
Are the rest of you okay to move on with this?
Absolutely.
Pretty awesome.
Stretch to college sports.
even with no dirt.
Yeah. Great.
I mean, it's yeah.
It's a beautiful story. And if
Yeah,
they
it is.
really went back and forth that far away, it's great, but it's not a sports
Took a
story.
long time to get there. Okay. The
I want to
next
see
one,
some. I want to see some Johnny Kurt.
Yeah, the next one is Susan
Anybody
and
here know
Jeffrey.
Johnny Kurt? It's like
No.
the best photog
Susan and
editor in the
Jeffrey.
world.
Best photog what?
Best photog editor in the world, man.
Oh, don't
Yes.
know.
He never even enters these contests.
Greatest editor you don't know. Is that what it is?
I know he's nobody beats him.
He does sports, but he could do anything. He's amazing.
Oh yeah,
That name
Yusuf.
sounds familiar.
amazing editor.
Oh, interesting.
Best I've ever worked with.
The uninitiated. A high school cross-country race can appear to be every man for himself.
Chris, you're running great today!
Go, Jonathan, go! The uninitiated would do well to meet
30 seconds.
I'm gonna throw up.
14-year-old Susan Bergman, a Chippewa Falls 9th grader who leaves no one behind.
It helped me get even closer to my brother.
Jeffrey is Susan's older brother by a year. And these are their parents, Jess and Jordan.
When Jeffrey was 22 months old, he suffered a sudden cardiac arrest that caused him to go 20 minutes without adequate oxygen to his brain.
From that point on, Susan's dedication to her brother hasn't wavered.
We just kind of always have had that special close bond.
A bond only strengthened
Come on, Jeffrey.
as they click off the kilometers.
We were trying to figure out a sport or after-school activity he could participate in with me.
Susan took a cue from her parents, both runners, who've included Jeffrey in their races.
He loves running.
But Susan on grass, pushing more than her own body weight through a season's worth of races and practices.
This is really unprecedented.
With coach Roger Skifstad.
Yeah, I was worried. We were all worried.
Everyone worried, but Susan.
Let's go, Susan! Hearing everyone screaming and cheering, it gives me a very big adrenaline rush.
Come on.
Ow.
You got it.
Recognizing the mental and physical strain, Susan's mom suggested maybe run alone.
She looked at me as if I had grown 2 heads. She was like, this is not an option.
This, says Susan, is a team.
Come on, Jeffrey, let's go. Sometimes I'll look down because I'm going up a hill and I'll see him smiling. Come on, Jeffrey, where are you? I need you right now. Mentally, I just push away the pain. Come on, Jeffrey, where are you? And focus on him enjoying it. All right, there we go.
Well, look at the dedication she has to her brother. That's cool.
We're almost there. Let's go.
Then, at the end of every race, one final act of love. When Susan gives Jeffrey the privilege of finishing ahead of her.
Nice, easy run.
A dad joke.
He did excellent.
A little brother's
Jeffrey and Susan did.
affirmation.
You guys were so close to your fastest time. Yeah.
Puts everything in perspective, doesn't it?
Nice job, dude. We're PRing at conference, okay?
In 14th place.
Faster runners will take home medals.
Nice job, Haley!
Susan and Jeffrey will take home a gold bond.
I don't think Susan wants to run up another hill right now.
Boyd Hooper, Care 11 News, West Salem, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Oh, what a great story.
Next one will be, hang on, Rhonda's story. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, next roll it, Rhonda's story.
Everybody gathered in this marathon corral has a story. A path to how they got here, a reason why they want to run 26.2 miles.
I feel good right now. I don't know at mile 20 how I'll feel, but I feel okay right now.
Rhonda Folds' reason, her path, her story.
Sorry.
She can hardly believe herself.
Looking back on it all, it's been extraordinary.
Running wasn't supposed to have a starring role in Rhonda's life story.
I was running a lot, and so I thought I was overtraining. I had a bad tremor in my jaw and in my pinky, and so I went to the neurologist. There's no way. I thought, well, there's got to be a mistake.
How old were you at this time?
I was 34. I thought, well, this is it.
Her marathon never happened, and it wasn't long before the young mother of 3 from Justin was in a wheelchair.
I couldn't walk, and I couldn't eat things like peas or anything because I'd throw them across the room. I had a very bad tremor. In the beginning, I thought that I was just going to wait to die.
After years in that dark place,
so you can really see where it runs on this side.
A surgery brought some light. In deep brain stimulation, doctors implant a pacemaker under the skin, then connect it to electrodes they put in the brain. That procedure can curtail the debilitating symptoms of Parkinson's.
It's made my life totally worth living again.
After 6 long years, Rhonda was mobile again. But running still seemed scary after all that time living in an unstable body. Eventually,
it turned something on in my brain and made me feel so much better.
Enough gentle urging from one of her sons just to try it worked.
was the first time in years that I felt joy and happiness.
With every mile, running revealed Rhonda's strength and breathed life back into her limbs.
Let's see. So this will be my 7th year that I run Boston.
Not only did she finally run her first marathon.
This is Disney, this is this year. There's Fort Worth, Philadelphia, Tucson. I don't even know, now I pull them out and I'm like.
She never stopped. More than 12,000 miles under her feet, all leading to this moment.
This is number 100. So it's a big race today. Having Parkinson's has made it very tough to even get up and walk. So knowing this is 100 marathons that I've run, when I never even thought I could run one, it's a big deal. It's a big deal for me.
Ready, set.
We're ecstatic. We're completely stoked about it.
With her family cheering her on, Rhonda ran.
Oh, the woman can run forever. She's a warrior. That's her. Yep, in the blue.
Full of strength.
There you go, baby.
And emotion.
Come on, honey, finish it up. Finish it up, baby.
And cross that marathon finish line for the 100th time.
Do you feel like running is saving your life?
Yes, yeah, for sure.
We all have our stories, our reasons, our paths. It's the steps we take to get there that count. In Fort Worth, I'm Lauren Zakalik.
Eli and Coach Isaac is next.
I know Lauren, just in full disclosure, but
The reporter. Was she a Wood reporter?
she worked at Channel 10 in Lansing.
Oh, what's her last name?
Zakalik.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I had left, but I got to know her when I went back to visit. So
yeah,
it's cool to see that she's still in business.
Do you mind wrapping my text?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what happened here. Did it work now?
I didn't know it went into the soul of a boxer. That's not it. Okay, I'm gonna delete again.
Right. That's a nice story.
What about now?
Oh, what just happened now? Something just went crazy.
Should I just text it to you in the?
Oh yeah, it was fine there, but I don't know. Okay, hang on. I'll fix it.
Sometimes when there's a lot of writing too, it does funky things.
The columns just like got all screwed up, but now we're okay. Okay, so let me there. Oops. Is it? It's like yeah, it should be working.
Hey, Bilal.
Yeah.
Is that how you say your name?
Yeah, Bilal. Yep.
Bilal. Okay. What's the origin?
Pardon me?
Where are you from? What's your family origin?
Oh, my parents came from Syria and Lebanon.
Yeah, I figured.
My dad was actually born in a castle in Syria. Yeah, there's a castle there called Crac de Chevalier, which is Castle of the Horse, and And there's a valley that's called like the Valley of Purdy's because there's so many of us.
Oh yeah.
They used to live in the castle until the government took over. So he was born there.
Wow.
Took over the castle. It's a big tourist site.
Yeah.
I've never been there, but I tried. I almost went there once, but that was the very beginning of the Syrian War, the latest one. You know, it was about 11 and a half years ago.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one is what did they say? Eli and Coach Isaac.
Eli.
A fall rich with colors comes to a predominantly white northern Minnesota community. But the season
Let's go.
isn't the only thing changing
Game day, man.
in Ely. Vermilion Community College
Let's wake up.
has a new football coach
I see confusion in some of your eyes.
who's recruited new players newly connected to this northern outpost best known for mining, timber, and tourism.
Pulling into town, I was like, wow, kind of surprised me.
Montario McAfee
Caught me off guard.
recruited over the phone from Kansas City.
No Peace Hush, no McDonald's, no none of that. I even got the pronunciation of the town wrong for the first month. I was calling it L.
From urban centers to the deep south, they came to play for Terrence Isaac,
Let's go 9. I need another receiver.
who also knows what it feels like to be a fish out of water.
From Cleveland, Ohio, born and raised.
High school football was Terrence's escape from an abusive father and a violent neighborhood. And when no big colleges offered him a spot,
You know, I found out about a place called Ely.
then, on his way to becoming a star receiver on a championship team, Terrence scored something more.
It took me from an environment of violence to an environment of peace. This is a place that actually I needed. I needed it so bad.
How big an impression left?
Good job, number 18. Let's go, Blue.
Ask his wife, Candace.
Well, he's always said that he would always want to go back to Ely. So if the opportunity presents itself, I definitely want to go.
Yeah, it looked like he was held.
Then, opportunity called.
Hey, fight through that though.
But Terrence didn't become head coach just for himself.
Big culture shock.
Tyrese Rogers recruited to Ely
Yes, sir.
from Alabama.
I went fishing for the first time ever out here.
Carlos Carter
Yeah, hunting.
from Washington, D.C.
So small, like I see my teachers in the grocery store, gas stations, Dairy Queen.
Exactly what their coach had in mind.
We just out here getting in that work together.
Those are his players running not on the football field, but right through the middle of Ely.
I want the community to see us. I want the community to know that we're here. There's a stereotype on African American males, so I wanted the community to see these guys and see something different.
Break it up.
Again, the football team volunteering in the Ely Community Garden.
Hey, you love to work.
They're very strong.
There you go. Wow. It's nice and peaceful too, though. That's what I like about it.
Then, delivering flowers
Welcome.
to Ely's senior home.
I said, holy cow, these guys are nicer than I am. I mean, more respectful than I am.
Mike Pope, vice commander of the Ely VFW, also refs high school football and knows locker room talk. He remembers his first encounter with the community college team at Vermilion.
I will tell you, the only person cussing up there was me.
And over the months, the more the players have reached out, Ely's reached back, easing their parents' fears of sending black sons to a small town in the state that produced the police officer who murdered George Floyd.
I just tried to reassure them that, look, it's going to be okay. I went to school there.
For good measure, look who Coach Isaac invited to welcome his players their first week in town.
Hopefully they'll be able to learn us by first name, last name.
Chad Hood, Ely's chief of police.
He told us, he was like, there's going to be people here that will make your life hard. There's going to be people here who use racial remarks. You give me a license plate number, you give me a name, and I will spend my entire day tracking them down, and I'm going to talk to them.
Just to kind of say, hey, this is how we do it here.
Still a predominantly white town, but a community in which a predominantly black football team
In the name of the Father,
is feeling more
and the Holy Spirit.
and more
Here we go.
immersed,
Raising up. There we go.
including several newly baptized souls
Here we go.
at Ledge Rock Community Church.
Definitely cold in Alabama water.
Far from home
Touchdown!
but still
Good job.
home.
Good job.
I don't have any children who play on the team, but all these kids are our family.
I love the feeling of winning, baby. I love the feeling of winning. Here we go.
Oh my God.
Oh, we got him. 1, 2, 3.
Decades after Terrence Isaac found a home here, Ely's front door is still propped open.
Ely will always have a place in my heart no matter where I go after this.
Boyd Hooper, Care 11 News, Ely.
Okay. The next one is Soul of a Boxer. Ooh. You know when you guys are ready.
Oops, I'm sorry.
Oops, I was muted. Whatever I had to say wasn't that important, I guess. I was muted.
What did you say?
I was just thinking it would be cool I know I'd have loved it back in the day, watching what, I don't know, I probably lost my mind, but watching what the judges were saying and how it all sort of played out in real time.
Yeah.
Well, they're recording us. They're going to post all this. So
Yeah, it'd be fun to watch it in real time, but yeah, afterwards they can watch it.
Yeah.
Shuttle to where you entered the categories you entered to. So if you're watching this, hello, thank you for watching.
Soul of a Boxer is next. Do you guys have comments on that last one? I don't see them in there yet.
Let's see. You should see my comments because they were very important comments.
Oh yeah. Oh boy. Okay. Let me see here.
Oh, I didn't push enter. Hang on. Wait, put a note down.
I don't know why this is here. I'll fix that. Let me see if I can.
That was the note I didn't put down. Oops. I just deleted mine.
What happened here? Yeah, I don't know why that went in the wrong thing again.
Man.
You can copy and paste.
That's what I was doing.
Oh.
So I'm copying from my notes on my Word and pasting it into Ely. And again. It's going on my end. Let me take a photo. It goes.
I just don't get why. So there's that.
It's just overflowing into other cells because it needs to be kerneled or whatever, or not kerneled, but
wrapped. I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
But it keeps going into the wrong box. That's the problem.
It's not. Maybe it's just got too many spaces above it, or maybe it's not set up to be at the top of the cell.
Yeah, I don't know how to. I don't
You know what I
how to-
mean?
Yeah, I just don't know how to. Why that's not like how to get that to the top cell. What is it? Oh, maybe it's this.
There are some shortcuts up above, I guess.
There it is.
Vertical.
Okay, I think I figured it out.
Yeah.
There might.
Uh-oh, what did I do? I think I put my comments in somebody else's thing. Hang on a second. God, this thing is
wonky.
Hang on, I'm sorry. I need to clean my mess up here. It looks like I
gotta clean up what I messed up.
I like hearing that. If you pull the cord, though, I'll keep going.
I'm ready.
Ugh, what is it?
Soul of a boxer.
Everyone ready?
Good. Oh, man.
You have to commit yourself to this.
Come on.
Day in, day out. This is all we do. Jab and do it the other way.
Within the soul of a place called Soul City Gym,
Look for them shots.
there are coaches, fighters,
Cruise that jab.
and the legends on the wall, like current champs.
This is my space. This is where I'm at. This is where I know I'm supposed to be.
22-year-old Charles Conwell Jr.
Yeah, you did it.
of Cleveland Heights.
Oh, good shot.
When did you know he might be a special fighter?
When I met him.
A talented boxer who's been at this since he was 10 years old.
He missed a lot of stuff coming up because he was always busy in the gym. And that's been his whole life. So it almost comes natural.
So talented.
I was like, wow, that kid is really explosive.
His family moved him to Toledo.
Boom, boom. You know what I'm saying?
To be part of this family and study
See how slow that was?
the art of landing
It's boxing. You're gonna take punches. You just try to take the least amount you can.
and dodging punches.
You need to take punches to learn.
Under trainer
That's what I'm looking for.
Otha Jones.
Good job, man. Good job. The kid is very resilient. I'm telling you.
All of this, Charles says, for one sole purpose.
Become world champion, become unified champion, become undisputed champion, and to be a legend and leave my mark on the sport.
Which he chased hard. First as an amateur, then an Olympian, and finally a pro. His professional record, 14 wins, no losses. Charles was rising up the ranks
Everybody was just so proud of me. That's like the best feeling.
until October of 2019. When he took a punch he didn't see coming. Conwell was defending his super welterweight title for the first time. The challenger was Patrick Day. The fight was intense.
Yeah, it was a good fight.
Charles dropped him in the fourth, then in the eighth,
Wasn't like it was one-sided.
and once again
Patrick fought all the way to the end.
in the 10th round. Only this time, Patrick didn't get up.
When he fell, the way he fell, I knew something was wrong.
He didn't move. And then he started going into convulsions.
Which should have been pure joy.
You're jumping up and down 1 minute, and then the next minute, oh God.
Felt like something else entirely.
It just wasn't a good feeling. It wasn't a good feeling at all.
I am going to start on a very somber note.
A celebrated boxer. He suffered a seizure and lapsed into a coma.
4 days later,
He never regained consciousness.
I just can't explain it.
Patrick
Day was just 27.
was gone.
And I'm devastated.
After that fight, I was just like, so like out of space.
He was really down. Really, really down.
In the days following Patrick's death, Charles sank into a somber state of mind.
I don't want to call myself depressed, but I was at a real low moment.
He was even questioning his desire to do that which he had loved for so long.
He really did think about not boxing again.
I was having like panic attacks when I was watching boxing. It was a real low place for me in my life.
In the midst of all this soul searching, the person he wanted to talk to most, he couldn't. But Charles tried anyway, via Twitter.
I couldn't tell him to his face, so I had to tell it to the universe.
And bared his soul.
I was bottled in a lot of emotion.
Expressing feelings of remorse.
So I had to let it out.
Feelings of regret. And feelings of great reverence for the man he faced in the ring.
That letter wasn't manufactured. That letter came from his heart.
I knew it would get to somebody that he knew or to him, so that's why I wrote that.
And with these 4 words, Charles signed off.
I run every day.
Then signed back on.
3 or 4 miles every day.
To the dream of becoming a champion.
I love the bumps in the road that humble me and get me back to my learning ways.
As it turns out, that punch Charles didn't see coming,
It always stayed with him.
was the one he hit Patrick with,
That's part of his character.
which resonated into him.
Proud of the man that he turned out to be. Stuck to it. He could have veered off at any time.
Changing his life forever.
Nothing's gonna be harder than that. Nothing's gonna take me that low again.
Get off the ropes. Use your feet.
Some fighters will tell you it's impossible to dodge every punch.
Come on back. Come on back.
What is possible is learning from it,
On the hook side.
adapting to the change,
Yeah, there you go.
continuing to fight.
So when the time comes for me to be world champion, I know I'm gonna be ready 100%.
And if you look within the soul of a boxer like Charles Conwell, you may see something
And the longer they make me wait, it's gonna be harder for them to beat me.
just like that. In Toledo, John Doss,
Go get it. Go get it. Go get it.
News 5.
Good job, champ.
Well, that's number one. Jesus. That was beautiful.
A lot of work.
How does a mind like that work? It's just beautiful. Wow. What a vision for the story. And they were seamless with each other.
Amazing. It still didn't put it at the top like I yeah. Here, it should go to the top now. I don't know what's going on here. Adrian, it's wonky. Like I click the column, I select the whole column, and it should all change. It doesn't seem to change.
Do you highlight the cells at all, or?
Yeah, I'm highlighting the whole thing.
When I was doing it, I found that it worked better if I pasted it into like the top bar where it says FX instead of like the cell itself. If that makes any sense?
No. What do you mean?
So you see that like top bar with FX like right under all the tools?
Hang on. Let me go back to this here. FX?
Yeah, it's at that white line at the top.
Oh, yeah, you see.
Oh, I see. You're supposed to put it there. I get you. Huh. Interesting.
It was working better for me if I did it there.
Okay. The next one is War Road Skate Path.
Hang on just a sec.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, I'm good.
War Road Skate Path.
Kids in War Road don't arrive in the world with their skates already laced, but almost.
I was born to skate, my mom said.
Anderson Meyer's birthright. growing up in Hockeytown, USA.
Yep.
Till hockey went away.
They said that we can't go skating.
Couldn't skate at the start of hockey season when COVID shut down Warroad's arenas. News Hockeytown, USA didn't take standing still. No indoor rinks, no problem. Warroad just cut its own path. 21 feet wide, snaking through town on the Warroad River, an ice path 2.5 miles long.
We're in Hockeytown, USA, so go big.
As Jared Olafson tells it, this started with a slew of COVID-inspired outdoor ice rinks.
I have a rink in my backyard on the river. My brother has a rink in his backyard on the river. And then the neighbor has a rink. And one day, the neighbor's daughter said, "Can you connect our rinks? There's no school, there's no hockey. Connect the rinks." So we connected the rinks and decided, why even stop? Keep going.
And after going and going and going, people started coming.
20 years since I've had skates on. We had to get them out and get them sharpened, and we're gonna give it a whirl.
Could you try 10.5?
Yeah. Skate rentals at Docks Harbor Inn. Food stands. Bonfires.
It is bringing people together. It's been huge for our community.
And all it took was a global pandemic to remind Warroad of the winter resource running right under its nose.
We happen to have a place right on the river here all day, nonstop, from right away in the morning all the way until the sun is setting.
Weekly, volunteers man fire hoses to keep the massive rink smooth.
They said, let's do it.
While Sam Goulet is among a team of high schoolers that helps tend to the daily brushing. All of which inspired Steve Christensen
65 was the last year I played.
to pull from the basement his high school skates.
Pretty awesome. I mean, those things are about twice my age.
Well, I used to think that in the Netherlands and where they have canals would be so neat to be able to skate on. And now we have it here.
Here, where kids all but born on skates are witnessing the rebaptizing of Hockeytown, USA on a river. Boyd Rupert, Carol 11 News, Warroad.
Sorry, I have to go do something quick. But the next one will be what? Beautiful Connections. When you guys are ready, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I've been meaning to organize down here for so long. I just have not gotten to it.
Is everyone ready?
Of all the swings he's taken here over the last 20 years, one stands out for Dirk Angeweerden.
We come down here once a week.
Not just because of what happened, but because of who he met along the way.
Apparently I teed off. It's a par 3.
The day was August 19th, 2020.
They said I turned around and said, I don't feel right, and I went down.
At least that's what he's been told.
Because I have no recollection of the day.
Dirk wasn't breathing. A friend started CPR, another called 911, and left to find a defibrillator.
I don't know any of those details.
But help was closer than they knew.
It was probably one of the hottest days I've ever had being here.
A nursing student and a server at the clubhouse had just finished her rounds with the beverage cart when the call to help came.
And I heard as if someone was sitting here next to me, I say, go around the course one more time.
Without thinking, Kelly Aquinas went.
Well, I remember it was like right here.
And found a stranger lying at hole 7.
And I said, I'm certified in CPR, can I take over?
You know, for her to do CPR for 15 minutes, that's a long time.
Until first responders arrived.
I wasn't thinking about anything else but Dirk.
The diagnosis, myocarditis.
They just kept saying, you don't understand, you were dead 2 weeks ago. You're not going anywhere.
But after a week in a coma and another 2 weeks learning how to live on his own again, Dirk left the hospital.
They said people just don't survive this. It just doesn't happen.
Months later, he met the stranger.
Surprisingly emotional. But it was wonderful.
Who made it possible.
She literally saved my life. Along with my 2 buddies, they saved my life.
I never knew I could love a stranger as much as I love Dirk.
Kelly soon met Dirk's 5 children and 13 grandchildren and learned they're more connected than they realize.
Well, 16 years ago, my son had served his mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Dirk's missionary son met the Aquinas family, including an 8-year-old girl named Kelly, referred to on the back as his best friend.
And all these beautiful connections, it doesn't happen.
Oh, in shock, our jaws dropped. Here we are 16 years and 3,000 miles later, and just randomly, Kelly's the one that steps in and helps save my life.
Almost like it wasn't random.
Yeah. I don't think anybody thinks it was random.
That's my favorite story.
It's a great story. And it just keeps getting better, you know?
Dirk still comes to play and visit Kelly at work regularly.
I never get tired of seeing him. He makes me so happy.
His heart isn't what it used to be, but for the most part, he lives a normal life.
Are you kidding me?
You know, I'm lucky to be alive, and I'm grateful to be alive. How are you? Good to see you, buddy.
It's great to see you.
Still unable to remember the details of that day 1 year ago.
It's only got a 1 to 2% survival rate.
But never forgetting the miracle that came from it.
I'm still going to be around.
I'm not getting rid of you. You're family. You're family now.
Matt Rascone, KSL 5 News.
So is it too early to say I don't think of that as a sports story? Should I wait, save that for our discussion?
Well, golf's not sport, right?
No, it's a story about a relationship between 2 people, and it just so happened the man had his heart attack on a golf course.
When I retire, golf is going to be a story.
I didn't say golf isn't a story. I said this isn't a sports story.
You're so cruel.
I didn't see the beginning of it, but
hey, yeah, Bob, give us a 3, 2, 1 or something before you start. I want to see those opening shots. Sometimes I'm still writing these all-important comments.
No problem. Yeah, I maybe Jessica can do that. Well, she has to unmute, but either way, we can just say when you're ready. And we'll. But meantime, as far as so I missed the beginning as I was in the other room, but I think that's
there's a swing.
That's a borderline sports feature. It doesn't really the rules are, I mean, a future story about participants, athletes, coaches, fans, or those involved or interested in a sport or sporting event. The spirit is to honor stories about the emotional human side of sports as opposed to direct coverage of a competition. So
yeah, it's not going to win anyway.
Okay.
All right, let's move on then. What did I say? Did I say the next one yet?
Like a monster. This better be good. I need something good. Come on, where's Johnny Kurt?
Like a monster. What just happened here? I just lost something here.
Hang on a sec. Hang on.
This hill is.
Just give us a 3, 2, 1 or something so I can quickly jump over there.
Bob, do you want to count down? Just because I can't see.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go.
This hill is the longest hill in the world of hill climbing. It's just you against the hill at 1,500 feet of hell.
Like a monster.
Long, deep, and bumpy. And this is actually the first hill climb for 2021 in the United States.
It's full throttle from the start. Climb the hill, work the clutch a little bit, see how far you can get up the hill. Yeah, you're gonna wreck. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're gonna wreck.
But I wouldn't do that.
This is X-Trail hill climb. Making that slight left-hand corner.
It's a contest of who can either go the highest up a hill or over in the fastest time.
You just gotta go for it. He's still going. He's gotta give it some juice. You gotta have some guts to get up, going up those hills.
Some people are pretty crazy with this stuff.
All right, we got Showtime Jackman out of Payson, Utah.
It gets pretty nuts up there.
A lot of power, a lot of skill, strength, and endurance.
He's almost there. Oh, man, he almost made it.
Get back on the horse and keep on going. Just like life.
Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. He's got it. He's got it. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, he's there.
That was sweet.
We've been to stuff like this since we were smaller than him. Good wholesome fun. Can't get enough of it.
Keep the passion alive.
Okay, next one will be, when we get to it, is Devin's What If. By the way, for planning purposes, there's going to be a mandatory 15-minute break at noon. Let's see, noon or 12:15.
Is that union rules?
Yeah. No, hang on. Let's see. Where did I see that?
Mandatory break. I love it.
It's a break because the volunteers are grabbing lunch and getting a group photo. So, but what was it? I can't remember where I saw it, which channel I saw that on. Do you guys know? Itchy or Jessica?
I assume you mean Eastern time, right? We're talking Eastern.
Yes, Eastern. Sorry.
You said that was.
That's all right. I just want to make sure.
12:30. Sorry, 12:30 Eastern. So, okay, just for planning purposes. Okay, are we ready for the next one?
Yeah.
All right. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, my burp. When the what ifs pile up,
I realize I am gonna grunt.
the worst is easy to imagine.
I gotta quit making that sound.
And sometimes those worries come true.
Oh no, I have to burp.
It's how Devin Prisilek found out.
They're getting the view of my arm right now.
The game wasn't built for her, so she'd have to work even harder.
Warm up! If you ask any like people who are born with limb differences, they'll definitely say that it does get hard. Trying to keep that great mentality all the time is very difficult.
You never expect to go out into the field and be like, oh, your best player is the girl with one arm. Like, you don't expect to hear that or see that, but she proves it.
I just always thought I could do anything. Well, I had that mentality because of my mother. If you interview her, she'll tell you I told her can't was never in her vocabulary. She could never say no, she can't do something.
Sorry. Oh my. You know it tickles. It's
Mom Michelle has been by Devin's side since day one.
Why do you laugh? I don't get it.
Sometimes to the embarrassment of her teenage daughter.
I feel like it's a little excessive.
It tickles so bad.
When Devin was born with one arm, Michelle just saw a little girl with a world of possibilities ahead of her. She watched her learn to tie her shoes on her own, compete on a cheerleading squad.
You're going to be a famous one-handed softball player.
And just a few years ago, make a varsity softball team her first year playing.
But I do love watching you grow and become the young adult that you're supposed to be. You know? Not in jail or anything like that.
Moms are supposed to worry about the what-ifs, even when their daughters never give them a reason to.
Hey, two down, plays that one, he's shooting two!
It was not that I didn't think she could do it. We just needed to know that someone, the coaches were willing to take her on and think outside the box.
Wheels!
Coach Paul saw Devin's potential and wanted to see it grow.
I noticed she was behind everything. So every ball she was hitting on a quicker pitcher was going the opposite direction.
It could be like a full swing where I'm like all my might and power, but then the ball just drops. I stopped it. I never follow through.
Devin had to choke up too high on the bat's handle.
Good eye.
Her coach wondered, what if a company could make something different?
Let's go.
So Paul,
get her in.
He made some calls.
This one is with our newest bat, the purple and black one.
An Axe bat answered.
She needed barrel control. She needed to have a bat that was weighted correctly. And those are all things that our team were able to design.
The company tailor-makes bats for professional players. But their most extreme customization,
the barrels are the same length,
is for a high schooler.
So it's like a normal bat, but the handle is shorter.
I offered to pay for it. I offered to do it. They didn't want nothing. They said just the gratitude of making something for Devin. They're behind her 100%. Wheels, go!
I choke up thinking about that because
even when Devin goes off to college next year, moments like this make it easy for Mom to imagine the best.
That somebody's willing to put forth the effort to watch somebody succeed.
Let's go, D! Nice hit! Atta girl!
I officially put a sticker on my water bottle that says softball mom. I finally caved.
It's only natural for people to wonder, what if?
You can hear my every goal.
Because some fears become reality.
It's all right, Devin. Brush it off.
But Devin makes the people around her wonder, what if there's another way?
There you go.
Next one, there'll be Dan Blommel, Let My People Goal, which we've seen, but you're more than welcome to watch it again. There are 4 more after this one.
Oh no.
know when you guys are ready.
Aaron's ready.
Adrian, Brad.
Yep. Go ahead.
Adrian, you good? I'll take that as a yes. All right, 3, 2, 1.
I've been waiting a year for this.
After a COVID-19 exodus.
Oh my gosh. Good to see you guys.
That felt more like 40 years in the wilderness.
If you could perform a miracle like part the Red Sea for me.
It was back to the promised land.
Much love, much love, much love.
For the man they call Soccer Moses.
Oh yeah.
We're back, baby. We're back.
We're back. Hey, you know what? Speaking of that, Exile suck.
He isn't on Nashville SC's payroll.
Can we hug? Are we hugging? We're hugging. Bless you.
But at this point, he might be more recognizable and approachable.
Touch of your holy beard.
Yeah.
Than any player on the team.
What Soccer Moses embodies is about fellowship and about community and proximity.
And the home of
the delayed gratification of this moment is something pretty spectacular.
Stephen Mason's ministry started when he bought tickets for the first ever Nashville SC game last year. He went viral for his sign, "Let My People Goal." He sees the tunic and fake beard as a new testament to his old love of soccer.
Oh man.
But because he's such a fan, he can't always live up to being holier than thou.
Oh!
And while he's supposed to be the prophet, it's his wife that seems to be the prescient one.
My lovely British wife, she was like, "Are you ready to do this for the rest of your life?" And I was like, I don't, maybe.
If the whole thing feels a little bit like a performance.
Oh yeah. Shanti, namaste. Oh, yeah.
It's because Stephen Mason is used to the spotlight. He's also 1/4 of the Christian rock band Jars of Clay. That's what brought him to Nashville, and every once in a while takes him out of town to go back on the road.
Random rock and roll emergencies, we like to call them.
Can I trust these voices?
But it's been years since being a rock star was his day job. Lately, he's traded his band for a different kind of buzz.
Does that feel short enough up top?
Steven says when he noticed that the band was starting to slow down,
I kind of tapered off at the same time as I was getting licensed.
he knew he had to find a new passion.
Just a little bit of that.
So in the storage closet of a building owned by the band, he opened up the Handsomeizer.
There we are.
And let's just say what they lack in space, they make up for in depth.
A lot of barbering is making people feel comfortable, and especially a lot of men are horrible at.
Do you want to keep going on this, or?
I don't need to.
I don't need to.
Okay. All right, we can move on then. Put your
Wait,
comments.
let me write it. Wait, I need to write my comments.
Yep, put your comments in. The next one is a hole in the ground and a piece of wood. 3 more left.
Hold on, this is getting wonky again. Sorry.
What's it doing this time?
So now for Let My People Go, it has a score that I didn't even write. So I think this is from earlier.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, wait, what happened to
I'm trying to type and there's nothing.
And the name of the story is missing somewhere. That's weird.
I still see.
Oh, no,
Let
there
My
it is. I see it.
People
Yeah,
Go.
there it is. Yeah, I'm not
Now
sure.
I can't type in here at all. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm cool.
Okay, so a hole in the ground and a piece of wood. Are you all ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Audio, please.
Yeah, somehow we
Can you
lost
see
the
it
audio.
again?
Progress takes time.
I mean, I learned everything I know in this little hole in the ground right here, you know?
Time to build, get better, and grow. Derek Scott learned that in a graffiti-covered skate park in Salida.
If anything gets me emotional, it's this place. This is where I did my first ever skateboard contest when I was 10 years old. And
oh! The walls were steeper back then.
I know what looked bigger because I was small. It always looked bigger then.
But even this pro skater realizes his sport has never been big in this town.
Salida is known for its river. We are known for the Arkansas River. It's a huge rafting town.
Tucked away between some of Colorado's highest peaks. The skate park in Salida never stood out.
Yep.
I think we went to the wrong one.
Well, there's no wrong one. It's still a skate park, right? Still having fun. Well, you gotta go check out that other one too.
But just like his skills, Derek's hometown is growing. One trick at a time.
Because this is the wrong one. This is the wrong skate park. Ah, just stepping off right there.
Progress.
Oh, Dean, going big right there in front of my face.
That Derek dreamed about growing up.
We're gonna start with the 7 and under.
After making it big in California and skating in competitions around the world.
Alrighty, here comes Sutton.
He wanted to come home.
Rolling down into the top of the ramp right now.
And give kids in his hometown the chance to skate like pros.
Solid, good pushes across the skate park.
A skate competition.
It was fun.
Opened the new park that Derek helped bring to Salida.
I was crying. It was amazing.
Pretty awesome. First competition in his whole life, really.
We've got 14,500 square feet of concrete gold out here, and I want to see you utilize all of it. If this music doesn't get you hyped, I don't know what will.
Funding, planning, and building isn't usually what a pro athlete focuses on. This project is worth it.
I think skateboarding should be for everybody and not just for boys.
10-year-old Emma Litwiller practiced for this day. She drove from Breckenridge just to skate here.
Emma is destroying this whole entire park. What you got? Axel stall right here.
I love having girls like skating with me because I feel like it's not just me out there.
All right, ladies, we got about 30 seconds left. 30 seconds. Let me see what you got. Salida, give it up for these ladies.
A sport teaching more than just tricks.
I'm gonna go skate the big bowl. You can come skate it with me if you want. All right, cool. A skateboard has taken me all around the world, and it's created a life for me. And I want the youth here and the people around my area to know what this little piece of wood can do for you. It's honestly like, it gets me a little emotional at times, you know? Like, it's surreal to have this place here and to have that kind of support from my community. I mean, this is what I wanted to do since I was a little kid.
A hole in the ground and a piece of wood took Derek a long way. Now the future pros have a place to throw here.
Nice job, Emma.
In Salida, I'm Mark Salinger.
This skate park is made for progression.
9 News.
All right, the next one on this is called Peggy's Return.
That one, for anybody who's listening, to me, is a good example of good NPPA disciplines being interrupting the story. It's just too much sticks and need some rock and roll, man.
Yeah. You just typed that same thing. This story was still. I was just typing that. It was just, and it, yeah.
Still a good story, but
yeah, great story. They're all good. They're all really good. But you know, it's like I'm dying for a sports I like judging sports. I like shooting sports because you can do it different, even in an NPPA contest. So let's see something a little different here. So, and these phones, maybe this will come up, Sharon and the other educators here. These phone shots. I mean, I get it for COVID. That's really important and everything. This is a gimmicky idea. It's so 2021, and it'll go away.
It'll go away.
History is going to show, oh, look, they did that stupid phone shot. So just be real careful. An actor needs to know what their motivation is, and a photographer has to have a motivation for every shot and edit.
But what if you thought of that phone as another picture instead of using it for video, you use it for pictures in the grass. Think of it as a picture, because this is a new generation where they're not going to use hard copy photos anymore. Nobody has those anymore. So
yeah, I mean that'd be like also the equivalent of having a projector, shooting the skateboarder at night, in an empty, thing where they skate. There could be some purpose to that. There's no purpose to this
Sure.
phone on this one. Like in the golf story, they put the picture of the phone, but there was no tee in the background, ball in the background, anything golf in the background. It was like an afterthought. Oh, I should put this picture in. Let's make it a little more creative with this other thing. And it just interrupts the story. It's like scratching my head.
You and my husband points them out, and he sells doors for a living. When we watch TV, he's like, another camera. You're 100% right.
It does get super annoying. Absolutely. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
The first time.
New generation.
In the interest of time, I'll reserve my comments. However, I don't think the phone shot is going away. And when I shoot, I look at it as a person. I like the phone.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think the problem is that you see it when you're watching it as in a contest where it's all day long, but it may happen once a week in a news at a station or something like that, right?
And it may have a place. It may have a
place, right? But you're right. I don't think it's going away.
It has a place, and everything should have a motivation. And there was no motivation. And so far, I've never seen a phone shot yet in this contest that was like really good. And the one time there was a chance for a phone shot to be in the hospital room, it wasn't there. So I like the phone idea, sure, but I like projectors, film screens, all kinds of ways of showing a shot. It's sort of like, the mirror shot. Everybody had that mirror shot back in the day. Oh, I got a mirror and the guy's in the background doing an interview.
Yeah.
I mean, we get it. NPPA people get it. I get that. And network people look at stuff and go, that it looks really goofy. I mean, they don't like wide shot interviews either. They're like, they don't like that because there's not emotion in it.
Right. A couple years ago, the big thing was pictures on a clothesline with clothespins.
Right.
Hard copy. I saw that a lot.
Well, I'd like a picture on a clothesline in an iPhone.
Yeah, there you go. You need a big clamp for that one.
I got one for you coming up, Brad.
All right.
Okay, Peggy's return. Let's do Peggy's return.
I'm gonna see all these people in the field, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, there's that old man dork."
I've used a copy machine for like documents because that bar of light highlights your words, and if you cover it up in the right spots, it can be kind of cool.
Nice.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm submitting national Emmys next week, and you guys have me rethinking some of my entries.
Yeah. Well, Emmys is a different kind of judging too, So
I don't have any phone shots though, but I'm not.
Well, good luck.
Don't make that sin, Adrian. Don't make that sin.
All right, Peggy's return. Let's roll it. 3, 2, 1. Roll it.
I don't have audio.
Well, I don't follow this stuff anymore, but man, Colorado's all over this thing. Looks like, are they the only ones entering? Looks like Colorado, Kentucky, and Nashville, and there's a few Seattle stories. Where's Seattle?
Loss is often a companion.
Yes, it is.
A companion Peggy Copham is living alongside.
And I can't talk too much because I'll start to cry probably, because I usually do.
Last year, she lost her sister Betty, her best friend.
Every day I have a little bit of a cry because I miss her and because she's not here.
Her mirror image in black and gold.
CU games a year ago, we weren't allowed to go.
She cheered on her beloved Buffs from home, alone.
Right here. And if I want to see the play again, I get up here.
Another game
close
without her twin.
Of course I miss her. She sat right beside me for years and years. And yes, and now see, I'm talking about all this without bursting into tears. So I'm glad I'm getting better. And I don't sit around and cry all day and bemoan. It's part of life.
She is the most wonderful human on this face of the earth.
I'm not 6 feet under yet, and I've got a life to live.
A living tradition.
That's what Saturdays are meant for, football games.
Year after year, for more than 80 years.
We love you.
So happy to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to know you, Blake.
You said run, Ralphie, run, right?
Yes, absolutely.
The Colorado Buffaloes have been blessed.
What's your name?
I'm Bonnie.
Bonnie? I'm Peggy, Bonnie.
I know who you are.
When people see Peggy, they see her sister too.
And listen to me, I said I'm so used to saying we. And all of a sudden I'm finally learning to say I.
Forever famous at Folsom Field, she is the matriarch of the Buff family.
Oh, I've seen you for a long time. Oh.
I think she thrives and lives for the ability to be out and to see people. And it's not for her own necessarily good, which is the amazing thing. It's that she's genuinely interested in other people.
Even without her sister, her loyalty is still unmatched. Peggy knows joy, loss, and how to live with both.
Last one in this category is Long Live the King.
Parents ready?
Long live the king. See, there's a title that has a little mystery to it. You don't know. You know when you're ready.
You ready, Brad?
Ready.
Hang on just a second. All right, I'm good.
Okay.
Thanks for waiting.
At Lakeview Centennial High School, Jaquan Curtis
was the Crown Prince.
He provides that spark that we need, no matter what.
A rising star on the football team, Jaquan was the heir to the throne of team captain and a future playing college ball.
I'm his mom, so I'm his biggest cheerleader.
A young man on top of the world. Football, his crown jewel.
It was life. It was life.
Until late one night in July 2020, when a mother's dreams awoke to a real-life nightmare.
Excuse me.
It's okay.
I remember like it was today. I woke up to a phone call early in the morning.
There was an accident off the highway in Mesquite. A car with 4 teenage boys hit the back of an 18-wheeler, spinning them into a barrier as they were hit
That water ought to feel good.
by another truck.
He was on life support. He had facial fractures. He had a bruised lung and kidneys.
Due to COVID protocols at the time, Jaquan's mother, Shay, had to watch through a door as her youngest son fought for his life.
My emotions were all over the place. This is my baby. This can't be real.
Despite wearing a seatbelt, Jaquan suffered a traumatic brain injury, one that was inoperable, according to the doctor.
He came to me with all these medical terms and things that I didn't understand, and I was like, so are you telling me I'm losing my son? And he said, yes. And I was like, all right, but yeah, he's not gonna make it.
Clearly, Jaquan proved them wrong.
He's a testimony to be told. I think it's nothing short of a miracle.
Shay decided to wait and kept Jaquan on life support. 3 weeks later, he opened his eyes.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I love this dude, man. It's amazing.
First game of the season. Are y'all excited?
The kid doctors did not expect to live, much less walk.
Oh, look like you done won it all.
Now strides to midfield every Friday night to serve as honorary team captain.
This is the part that hurts the most because these are the days that we look forward to, was to play in these big stadiums and big lights. Let's go.
Number 19 never got to play his junior or senior year. There will be no college scholarship for football.
I just told him, you gotta stay strong. Like, there's more to life than just football. You just gotta find what you wanna do.
Jaquan still has his memory and cognitive function. He communicates through sign language and text messages. And while his verbal skills remain the biggest roadblock, they haven't stopped him from holding court.
It's hard to find somebody that doesn't like him, right? That's what makes him special.
Till I die, that's gonna be my dog, for real. We locked in.
For the 2021 King and Queen.
So it should come as no surprise. Prince Charming over here has a new crown. All hail Jaquan Curtis. Long live the king.
Every game we play is for 19.
In Garland, I'm Jonah Javad.
That's the way to use an iPhone and still images. There's a good motivation there.
Did you like it?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the way to do it. So they show video that they don't have in an empty stadium with the phone right there. Empty stadium in the background, you can see them playing. That's the way to do it. Closing, same thing. Still, I mean, there's a way to do it. They found a way here.
I just didn't like it over his shoulder, jogging left and right. I thought that was
that was weird. That was like, what's that huge phone? It's gonna eat him.
I think it was an iPad too. I think it was a bigger device.
Yeah.
Or it
But
looked like it.
you know, not to lose the way to use a phone. That's the way to do it for me, anyway.
That was such a good story. That was such a good story, and I just felt like it lost all the potential it had in the way they stacked it. I think that
Yep, totally agree.
that it was so discombobulated. Everything was everywhere. There were so many good pieces, and they have the potential to make this a stellar story. Like the skills are there. It's just it was squandered, unfortunately. I hate to say it like that.
I liked it more than you guys. It's like, to me, that's a sports story. That's like an NPPA sports story. Good, wide, medium, tight. Use of tripod, get it off. Use of way to use still pictures. We often use those, and they're creatively implemented. I thought the music was really well done. It was the right music. It was victorious at the end. I really liked it.
Well, we might disagree on this one, but we've agreed on a lot of good stuff already. So it's
I
all
know,
right.
we like each other.
As far as my comments on that last piece, I do think it was a good story. The iPad was a bit distracting. Off
Yeah,
the
it was
top,
too much.
over the shoulder, and the structure, it was just a little off. And for example, I know the kid survived, but then the soundbite came later after knowing he survived when his mom says that the doctor told her he was going to die. I probably would have, and this is not, we're judging video, but well, it's sports. It's kind of both.
It's
I would have
everything,
moved,
yeah.
I would have moved that up and then seen him later on the field. I just think that would have had a stronger impact.
He was wearing the crown before he was the king. You know what I mean? Like in the story, you know, like so they. I mean, there's
It
a
took
lot of
forever
back
to
and
see
forth.
two eyes, too. It took forever to see
Yeah.
two eyes. They were almost afraid of him. Like there was
Yeah.
something really wrong. I thought it took forever to know him. And then, I mean, at that last closing
Yeah.
shot, clearly he had no problem being on camera and being seen with his disability. But I thought the photographer was afraid of him for a good part of that story.
And I think you need to celebrate like what, even
Great
though
story.
this is who he was before, there was not enough celebration of his amazingness now. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that might be as to coming from what you're saying. You know, like you may have been a little bit distant from him. But I don't know. There was a lot of good elements too. I mean, there was some good shooting there too. It just, I feel like when in the editing process, the storytelling was
totally
a little way off. But this is my opinion.
All right.
I wanted to see him. I didn't want them afraid because he drooled. Who cared? He was there. He was alive. He was.
Yeah.
He would have played with that camera too. He would have had fun.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
he
he
got
could.
he would have had a lot of fun with them. He didn't seem to mind them at all. He was adorable.
Yeah.
Oh, so are we
All
gonna
right.
list them? Is that
Well,
what
we
we're
have
doing?
3 places. I mean, it's on, I liked it a lot. So out of 4 judges, 25% liked it. So I'm not ready to throw it out yet.
Oh no.
I don't think we said we're throwing it out yet.
I think there's some good reasons for it, which, you know, yeah, he had that iPad about to eat his head off. That was really weird. But I like the implementation of the iPhone in pictures in that one. I guess I liked it more than you guys. A lot of emotion, some surprise. They had a really good mom. They had people taking care of them. I get it about the, you know, it was weird with the crown. I'm like, huh, that's weird. So it can go out, but it's on my list. I only have 4, I think. So let's see where I'm at compared to you guys.
Yeah. What are the other stories you like? Do you want to put your note, your?
I hope I got it right here. It's like, hopefully, it's trying to go through all of these. It's easy to miss something. So just remind me if I missed something.
Something just happened in my doohickey. I don't know what it was. Something weird happened.
All right, so everybody has Susan and Jeffrey. What was that one again? That was
That was the runner, the girl who ran with her brother.
Yeah, I like that one too. The only flaw in it was they obviously had to scramble to get mom and dad at the end of the day. It didn't match anything, and everybody was tired and ready to go home.
True,
but
true,
you
true.
know, I don't.
Nighttime
It's
thing.
just a weak thing, but you know, not enough to throw it out or anything. It's that, you know what, that was covering a race is hard. We all know that. You know, she had to be all over the place, whoever shot it. So yeah, I want that in there too. That's a good one. I missed it.
I would honorable mention Long Live the King.
Can we just pick our,
Yeah.
kinda like we did before?
And put them down on the sheet there.
All right, so Susan and Jeffrey, that should be on the list. I really like the boxer. What was the Warriors skateboard path? I hope that wasn't the skateboard.
That was the one with the
That was the
iPhone that you
skate
didn't like.
That was the skate park, right? Just
Oh, okay, I'm taking that one out.
Yeah,
I don't know why it's on my.
Miles.
All right, that's out. I'm not sure why it made my list. Definitely.
That
That was like the missed opportunity story. I'd love to go shoot that story. You guys are lucky. You get to go shoot
I don't see it, or hit enter and get off that cell if you put them in.
Stand by.
Let's see. So I would like to compare Eli and Coach Isaac with the other one, Susan and Jeffrey, personally.
Was I on the phone with that one? I'm trying to remember what that one was, Susan and Jeffrey.
It's about the small town where the coach came and brought in all the kids.
No, that's Eli and Coach Isaac, right?
Oh, you didn't see Susan and Jeffrey.
Susan and
The
Jeffrey.
girl runner with her daughter, with her
Brother
sister,
and
or
sister.
Their brother.
Okay.
Brother and sister moving that GoPro around all over the place. A lot of a good emotion. Now that was
Lot
one
of work.
that one they implemented either a still picture and iPhone the right way. With it was in the. Oh no, I'm thinking of the scoreboard. They had a really nice shot of the scoreboard or the time board as they were coming in. So they had to think about that ahead of time, nail that shot, get it off the tripod, and run up to the front of the line and get them crossing the line. That was good execution.
I missed that somehow.
Hey,
too old to
Bob,
do
I
that.
don't know what happened, but I'm having such a hard time with this spreadsheet.
I can type them in if you just give them to me.
All I see is, I don't even see us anymore.
What?
So Eli and Coach Isaac, what?
Hold on 1 second, Brad. Let me solve this here. Can you just?
Oh, it's back. Wait, no, it's not. Okay, I don't see the spreadsheet. Everything went away. Let me go off of memory.
Maybe you can refresh it.
Ely, I did. Ely and Coach, the Ely story.
What was that again?
Wait.
I had it up high.
Please let me dump my brain.
Yeah, Eli and Coach. Eli and Coach.
The young girl and her brother.
Okay. Oops.
Soul of a boxer.
Excuse me.
And the lion story. Those are my four.
Which one? What was the fourth one?
The traumatic brain injury. Lion King.
Oh, Long Live the King.
Long Live the King. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I don't really. It's hard for me to pick the fourth. I just really don't like the intro to Long Live the King. I think that throws everything off for me, from the connection from that to everything else. But since everybody else likes it, you can go ahead and place it, because my vote won't matter on that.
You guys are all pretty much the same except for that one. I mean, on all of them, you all have Eli and Coach. You all have Soul of a Boxer, I think, and you all have Susan and Jeffrey. So that's
Soul of the Boxer was so much work. Yeah.
That's number one.
Come on. Yeah, absolutely.
So Susan and Jeffrey or Eli, because they're both really great. So Susan and Jeffrey, GoPros running all over the place. Compared to Eli, remind me?
Eli was the coach who recruited all the kids. That was several locations, and that was over a good amount of time. It was a ton of work. The coach in the small town.
Oh yeah, and the outdoor lighting of those interviews was perfect. Like, it was phenomenal. Like, I thought that it was so you couldn't tell that they were being lit, and they blended in with their background well.
Yeah, I could go with that being second easily. Eli and Coach Isaac could be second. I mean,
Hey,
Susan and Jeffrey, you're right. It's a race, but it is one subject. And
I got tired watching that. It's exhausting to do what they did. But they might have had a golf cart. Who knows? But I don't know. it's really rough running around the course like that and getting your shots and not like panting like a dog, which I have done many times in the past.
There's three of us that have Soul of a Boxer first, Susan and Jeffrey second, right?
Mine are not necessarily after first. Mine aren't necessarily in order. So
mine weren't in order. I'm fine with Soul of a Boxer first, and I also like the coach story second because they're
I'm fine with that.
great effort in that.
Eli and Coach Isaac, do you guys like that for second?
Yeah, I vote yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And then third, you like Jeffrey and Susan?
Susan and Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Susan and Jeffrey.
Yep. And then I'll just exceed and say, okay, long live the king for honorable mention because I'm already outnumbered. So.
I mean, the thing for me is the iPhone on that. No, I'm just kidding. I want to have an iPhone in this darn contest.
It's an iPad. I think
that's done right. No, the iPad was going to eat his head off. That almost got it disqualified. But everything else with the iPhone was good.
And I'm just looking to see if there's anything else that you may have missed, but in any of these, if there's anything else that I'm looking at your comments to see if there's anything that you liked. But
yeah, I feel like we've got.
I think that's pretty.
I mean,
good.
the ice skating rink piece was nice, but pretty standard NPPA. Nice, nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, long live the king.
All right, yay!
That was easy.
Let's see. Let's see. Let me just type this in my spreadsheet. Number one was because I'm on a separate thing here. It was
the Soul of a Boxer.
Let's see first, and then Coach. Yeah, boy, I love that story. That's Coach Isaac thing, man.
It's a great story. It's a great story.
It's not only a great story, but it was like it's a great story before it's told. I mean, you know what I mean? Like the whole story is cool, and then tell it. It's just awesome.
But there are great stories that people can blow by telling them poorly, and that one.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure. This was a good category.
Yeah,
honorable mention.
It's a fun category.
It was fun.
And everything jumped out, which is cool.